American Assassin is based on the number one best-selling book, which, if that book is the same plot of this movie, I don't know how that's possible. I'm going to carefully explain why this movie is a piece of shit. Because I have so much to talk about. With this movie. Because it's just terrible. It's really miserable. And it's really interesting because I'm coming hot off of seeing It and Mother, the last two movies that I saw, which are two of the most, original movies of the year, which is interesting. And this is up there with one of the two most unoriginal movies of the year. Probably, with Kidnap. But what's interesting is that Kidnap was entertaining enough where I could laugh at it. This movie was just infuriating and miserable to watch. I don't know. So you tell me what the worst crime is. I don't know. And I really I was really struggling to grasp for things I liked about this movie. I wanted to say the action, but then the action's not even that good. The action is just shot like another fucking Bourne movie, which every bad spy thriller tries to fucking do. Stop trying to shoot your movies like Bourne. It's not working. Nobody else can do it. That's become very clear. Even Jason Bourne, which is not a great movie, still did it well because it had Paul Greengrass in the director's chair. Stop trying to do it. Try something new. Try something interesting. Try a cool way of shooting action. We can't see what the fuck is going on. The first action scene of this movie is kind of cool, actually. It's one, tracking shot, and that doesn't work sometimes, but it's kind of cool with this movie. It's actually kind of interesting. And I was like, okay, the movie's gonna be shit, but at least I'm gonna have that to look towards. But no, after that, everything just starts looking like a fucking Bourne movie, and it's maddening. It's maddening. I love the Bourne movies, and it's infuriating to watch all of these spy action movies try and do the same shit. Do something different. The other thing I kind of liked about this movie was Michael Keaton. He's the only performance that's not, it's not terrible. He's okay. Until this torture scene where he goes full Jim Carrey and just goes crazy. Which, I don't know if it's his fault, because the writers just had his character do this full 180-degree turn, which is a problem with all of the characters in this movie. I'll get there in a minute. But, it's just so out of nowhere, and it's like watching a different character on the screen. And Michael Keaton is terrible in that scene. But, again, I don't know if that's his fault. He doesn't have to do much acting in this movie. He's just kind of Michael Keaton. It's Ghost, Irene. He's here. He's back.
Say, look at this.
It can't be him.
It's him, Irene. It's Ghost.
Take a look at this, Irene. It's Ghost.
It's him, Irene. It's Ghost.
What is it you think we do here?
What is it you think we do here?
Anyone could fucking do that. So, I don't know. He wasn't terrible because he didn't really have to try and act. Do with that as you will, I guess. Now, let me get into everything I hate about this movie, because there's plenty. I guess on the topic of characters and performances, I'll sort of stick with that. I'll start with performances. They're all shit. Dylan O'Brien is an actor who I like. I don't like the Maze Runner movies, but he was really good in Deepwater Horizon. He was charismatic, he was interesting, he was kind of funny, and you cared about his character because Dylan O'Brien was likable in that movie. He's just kind of a dickhead in this movie, and you don't really like him. And Dylan O'Brien doesn't portray him very well. He's just kind of bland and wooden, and so it's sort of difficult to connect with him as a character. And they try and give him that stupid backstory with his girlfriend at the beginning, and it's just this cheesy scene that's overdone, it's overacted by him and the girlfriend, and it's just so ridiculous and annoying, and it's stop. He's not miserable in this movie, but he's not good. He's not fucking doing anything. He's just going around holding a gun, looking hot so that girls will see this movie. That's his job in this thing, I guess. I don't know. Whatever. Taylor Kitsch is someone I've tried to defend for a long time, actually. I thought he was fine in the Origins movie, the X-Men movie. I thought he was one of the better parts of that movie. He was kind of cool. I think the first 10 minutes of Battleship is interesting, and it's kind of funny, and he's not bad in it. I've tried to, like, sort of defend him for a while. There's no defense for him in this movie. He's just got no on-screen presence at all. He never feels like he belongs in this movie. He always feels unnatural, which is a problem with the entire film. But he does kind of stick out like a sore thumb throughout that. And then the characters, they're so miserable and terrible. Taylor Kitsch just doesn't have a character, so I'm not going to talk about him. But you've got everyone else who is just an inconsistent character. They just do random shit with these guys because that's what the screenwriter needs to happen. Especially this fucking girl. She is the worst character in this movie because she is there so that the screenwriter can go, we need this to happen, let's just have her do that. She's just there so that different events can happen. She is awful. She has no character. She just does whatever the fucking screenwriter needs her to do, and it's infuriating. I want to talk about this twist. Or, you know what? No, not yet. I want to talk about Dylan O'Brien first, because he's similar. He goes from being this asshole to being charismatic, to being straightforward, to being emotional, and none of it ever feels fucking natural because he can just switch on a dime like that. He has no distinct personality. Everything about him is so different and so out there that he is not a character. He's just a bunch of fucking emotions that it's like when the director was saying, oh, we need the audience to feel that, have Dylan O'Brien do that really quick. It wasn't something with his character that was changing. It was just, he feels sad in this scene. He's charismatic in this scene. But then 3 scenes later, he's not. That shit gets thrown out the window. You gotta keep something consistent in this movie. You have to try and keep something consistent and coherent. And it never is. There's so many holes in his character. And like I said, that happens with Michael Keaton. Not for the whole movie, but towards the end specifically. He just becomes this, like, crazy different guy. And Dylan O'Brien just randomly goes from kind of hating Michael Keaton and not giving a shit about him to, well, we gotta fucking save him. Like, that's not your character. You wouldn't give a shit. Your mission, your character, all you want is to get the job done. You don't give a fuck about saving Michael Keaton. Why are you all of a sudden going to do this? It makes no goddamn sense. And I guess now I'll segue into the twist. Spoiler alert. I don't give a fuck. There's this stupid twist in this movie about 3/4 of the way in, where you find out that this girl, who, like I said, is not a character, it's the whim of the screenwriter, turns out to be working for Ghost, I think. And it's revealed in the most generic movie twist way. You know, she goes, tomorrow we're going to catch Ghost. And then he goes into the bathroom, I never told you that name. It's like, fuck off. And then she turns out to be a bad guy, and in about 5 minutes of movie time, they're holding her captive or whatever. Michael Keaton's been captured, and they're going to move her to, like, a secure location. And Dylan O'Brien decides, okay, I'm going to go save Michael Keaton, which again doesn't make sense for his character. I'm going to go and break her out so that we can work together and save Michael Keaton. So he goes and breaks her out, and she goes, why are you helping me? And he goes, I need your help. And he uncuffs her handcuffs. And she has no character motivation to help him at all, especially if she's a villain. Like, why are you helping him? She should just shoot him and then run, which she doesn't do for some reason. And then she helps him get the job done and dies. So here's my question. What was the point of the twist? Why even have that? If she's just gonna help him anyway, 5 minutes later, why not just have her be a good guy so that it makes sense that she helps him? It's just an unnecessary hole in her character that didn't need to be there. What was the point? I truly don't understand. It made me lean over to my friend and go, wait, so why was the twist there? Like, what the fuck? What else do I even want to talk about? The visual effects are really terrible, which there's no excuse for. And the CGI blood, man. The CGI blood looks just as good as every other movie that has CGI blood. And it's part of the reason that there's no tension and no stakes in this movie. Because everything feels so goddamn artificial. It looks so fake. All the action looks so fake and staged. And the CG blood and the bad visual effects don't help with that. It's all just taking you out of the movie. You never feel into it. And that's a problem too that the scene building has. There's no kind of like build up at all to the point where you feel like there are any kind of stakes or there would be any kind of consequences. Anytime like a character dies or something that starts an action scene, it's always really abrupt. And it actually happens like 4 or 5 times where there's like a jump scare gunshot and someone dies and then you just jump into the action scene. Sure, doing that one time is fine, but when you do that for all of your action scenes and have no build up, everything starts feeling annoying and unnatural. Because I shit you not, like, they do that 4 times where you're sitting there and there's like a dialogue scene and then there's a jump scare gunshot and then an action scene starts. And then it will just abruptly end. There's no scene beginning, there's no scene ending. Things just happen. Everything is so rushed, there's no pacing with this movie. It's just fucking ridiculous. And it makes you hate this movie more and more and more as you go on. You discover there's nothing to like about this movie. It's just, it's miserable. Oh my god. But the movie's biggest crime, the movie's biggest fucking problem, that is inescapable, it's inescapable, is the fact that I've seen 90 other spy thrillers that do this exact same movie. The exact same plot, the exact same structure, the exact same characters, that do it better. They build on it. There are layers to their movie. There's something to care about. There's nothing to care about in this movie. There's nothing special. There's nothing creative. There's nothing innovative. It's just a bare bone, basic spy movie. And it begs the question, why was it even made in the first place? What was the point? Why did I see this movie? Why should I care? There's no reason to. There's no reason to give a shit about this movie. I couldn't find one. I doubt you could either. To use the last 2 movies I saw as an example, Mother. I'm still thinking about that movie. I saw it 2 days ago. I'm trying to unravel everything that happened in that movie. It left an impact on me. I walked away with some great character relationships, these great characters to care about, with a plot that scared the hell out of me. There was a point to that movie. There was a reason that I went to see it. What was the point of this thing? Why was it made? What was the fucking point? Nobody will be able to explain that to me other than money. And that's the answer, which sucks. But all the fans of the books and all the girls that want to see Dylan O'Brien shoot people are going to go see this movie. And they're probably going to like it because they'll find whatever excuse they can to say it was a good movie. And it's not. It's miserable. And I hated this movie. I hate it. I hate it so much. Oh my god. I'm done. I'm done. I can't do this anymore. I'm not gonna yell about this fucking thing anymore. Don't see it. Please, go see Mother. Go see It. Go see anything else. Oh, fuck. Anyway, as a wrap up, keep an eye out coming soon for another Oscar video. If you watch my Oscar content, I'm gonna do a video touching on all of the film festivals that we've just had and how they impact some of the movies that are in the Oscar race. So if you're interested, keep an eye out for that. So what did you guys think? Did you see American Assassin? Did you not see American Assassin? Did you like it? Did you not like it? Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed, leave a like, subscribe. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you all next time.
It's him, Irene. It's Ghost.